Good morning, lovely nines. Right, buddies, we are about to do one of my very favorite lessons of the year. It is kind of part of the constructions unit that you've just worked through, and I hope you've really enjoyed it because I certainly enjoy it. But yeah, we're doing a cool activity today. It's called Tethered Goat. So please put that title in your book, and then our lovely, handsome goat here is going to help you to understand, well, our new topic. Yeah, so the topic we're talking about is actually called loci, or like a loci, which is pretty much explaining if you took any old spot, and I've just got a circle drawn here to the right to show you. If you take any old point like this, it's possible to draw a whole bunch of other points that are the same distance away from that point. Now, these guys are called a locus of points, and they are just, well, essentially they traced out a circle. This point to the middle is like, I don't know, 3 centimeters, make it up. But then that's also 3 centimeters, and then that's also 3 centimeters, and that's literally what a compass is doing, right? When you draw a circle, it's kind of making a whole bunch of little microscopic dots with your pencil that end up drawing out a circle. And all of the points at the edge of the circle are the same distance away from the middle of the circle, because that's what a circle is. That's why a circle is a circle, because all the points are the same distance away from the middle, and it makes a circle. So in order for you guys to practice things that are a little bit more tricky than a circle, our lovely good friend the goat here is going to be amazing. I'm so excited to see your work as well, by the way. And you should definitely draw me a goat when we actually get a chance to do the work. So here we go. Here's the scenario then. Our hungry goat here, he's hungry and he wants some grass. Now, here's the thing. Since he's a pet goat, I'm not going to let him be all the way free, but rather he's on kind of a lead, okay? So he's got like you take your dog out for a walk on his lead. The goat's on a lead. So my first question for you is, here's our goat. Look how happy he is. He's loving it out there. And my question to you then is, if this is a very, very, very hungry goat, what part of the grass is he going to be able to eat? He's going to eat literally all of it, okay? He's not going to get full. He's going to eat every bit of this grass in the field. Well, pause, have a think. What's the area of grass that he's going to eat look like? So when he's finished eating, what will the area look like where he was? Well, if you said he'd eat out a perfect circle, you're absolutely right. So it's a bit tricky because I can't use the compass on PowerPoint, but I think I've got an ingenious solution, which you're going to have to see. This could go absolutely pear-shaped, my lovelies. I hope not, though. Here we go. Let's try. Here we go. This is not the advanced part. The advanced part for me is coming. Okay. So the area of grass that he'd eat would be that. Do you agree? And because you're not using a computer, because you're doing it by hand, how are you going to draw this circle? Well, you're right. You're going to put your compass. You're going to put your compass down like this. You're going to have the pointy bit in there, and it's going to be open like that, and there's the compassy part like that. This is so weird on the computer, but that's okay. And there's the compassy part like that, and then this part is the pencil-y part, right? So you'd have your like pencil there, touching that. Way, look how much of an artist I am. That's amazing. And that's how you draw it, right? You would use your compass. Oh, that's terrible. But you know what I'm trying to get at. You could use your compass to draw out the area that the goat can eat. Does that make sense? And if he was just attached to a post in the middle of a field, he would eat a perfect circle. That's what the goat would do. Now, that's not super exciting. Here's where it gets super exciting. What would happen if we started attaching our goat to other surfaces? So if you had a couple other goats and they were going to attach them up in different ways, what are our goats going to be able to eat? Well, here's the first scenario I want you to look at, and here's where I'm going to have to do some wizardry with the internet, or with the video, so we're going to have to see if I can pull it off. I hope you're crossing your fingers for me. Here we go. We have a very hungry goat, and this time we're going to attach him to the side of a shed. Now, his shed is going to be 6 meters by 3 meters, and what I want you to do to start with is I want you just to draw a scale diagram that is, well, 1 centimeter equals 1 meter. So in other words, 6 centimeters by 3 centimeters, but we're going to label it as meters anyway because we're supposed to be representing real life. Now, the first question is this, and you will have to do this, okay? I'm not going to do the first one with you, but you're going to do the first one. Here's the first thing that I'm going to say. If you were to attach the goat directly at the middle, so now you've used your ruler and you've drawn this perfect picture. Actually, pause and do that, okay? Get that going. So pause, make that perfect picture for me. Go. Okay, and now that you've definitely drawn the perfect shed that's exactly 6 centimeters by exactly 3 centimeters, here's what we're going to do. We're going to attach the goat in the middle. So we're going to attach him 3 centimeters in, okay? So measure with your ruler and make sure our goat is 3 centimeters in. Now, if his lead is 2 meters, what does the area of grass that he's going to eat look like? Well, I betcha you've got this figured out. Since it's 3 meters to the edge, he's not actually going to get to the edge. He's going to be down like that. He's going to be able to eat all of that grass. And he's also going to be able to eat all of this grass down this way too. And there'll be 1 meter worth of grass on either side that he couldn't eat. Does that make sense? There's 1 meter there and 1 meter there. And again, the reason is because his lead was 2 meters long. And so that's 2 meters long as well. And so altogether, that's how it works out, like mathematically. Now, you don't have to worry too much about mathematically. You just need to worry about the compass and what the compass is doing. And if you opened it to 2, he's going to be able to eat the grass that's on top of the shed. He's not going to be able to get down here because the shed is going to block him, and he can only eat that section. Does that still make sense, my buddies? Okay, because here's where it gets more exciting. If his lead was 5 meters long, then it's going to be a completely different ballpark. So essentially, we're no longer in this scenario anymore, but rather his lead's going to be really long. He'll be like out to here, our goat, if we were to do that. You see what I mean, buddies? Our goat would be way longer than the side of the shed. So it's not quite as clear the amount of grass, the area of grass that he is going to be able to get. So here's what I'm going to do, and here comes my amazing wizardry. So I hope that you've just memorized now, you just got it in your head, that we're going to draw it with 5 meters long. And are you ready? Ready for Mr. Wade's big moment, technological genius? Are you ready? Flawless switch to camera. Boom! Look at that, my buddies. We're on the camera now. How exciting. So here's what we're going to... I'm excited. Maybe I'm more excited than you. But here's the thing. And you can see my hands and everything. How exciting. I've drawn this out so that this is exactly 6 meters, okay, the top. Now, if he's on a 5 meter long lead, here's what you're going to do. You're going to put your ruler out, and you're going to want to open the compass up to exactly, and I'm going to block it a little bit, I think, but I'll promise I'll show you in a minute. Open the compass up to exactly 5 meters, okay? So 5 centimeters because of the scale we're using. Can you see how I did that, buddies? That is open to exactly 5? Okay, good. So then when that's done, now it's open at 5. Here's what we're going to do. Well, for sure, our goat is going to be able to get the grass that goes here all the way to the outside and a bit further, and also all the grass that comes out here all the way to the outside and a bit further, because it's only 3 meters from there to there, don't forget, and it's only 3 meters from there to there, which means if we're doing 5 meters, we've got extra. So here's what we're going to do. For sure, it's hard not to shake the camera. Here we go, though. I'm going to do my best. By golly. Okay, here's what it's going to look like. For sure, he's going to be able to eat all of this grass here, okay? So I hope you guys agree with me that, yeah, he can get all of that grass. He can get the grass that's all the way even out to, like, here, okay? He can even get, like, all the way out to there. Cool? So he can eat all the grass that's on the same side of the shed as he is. So I hope that you see how I've done that, right? So it's a bit dim, I guess. But yeah, you can see I've just drawn a little dashy line in there, and he can get this semicircle, definitely. Now, the thing is, though, he can get a little bit more than the semicircle. And the reason why he can get a little bit more is like what we said before. This was 3 meters, okay, to the edge of the shed from there. So if that's 3 meters, buddies, how many meters is left if his entire lead was 5 meters? How many meters is left? Well, 2. That's right. So this bit here has to be 2 meters. Now, here's the cool part of it. Lots and lots of people, and I'm just going to see if I have a rubber. So if I have a rubber, I'll actually draw it wrong for you, and then I'll fix it. I might be able to, yeah, I do. I found a rubber, so I'm going to do it wrong, and I'll show you. I'll correct it after. So here we go. Lots of people do this. They just be like, okay, well, you just So you just carry on that circle that we started, and the area he's going to get is going to be like that. That's what lots of people would say, okay? That it's going to be that whole area. But the thing is, though, that's not right. He can't actually get this grass that's here because that grass that's there, he wouldn't be able to get that far, because what's going to happen is his lead, his like leash thing that he's on, is going to get stuck at that corner. See what I mean? Like if you've had a dog get like stuck around your leg and or like around a building and stuff like that, you know exactly that's they can't figure it out. That kind of was what happens. It's like it can't get all the way around. So actually it's not going to be that area because our circle isn't going to extend that far. So here's what you're going to do. With the remaining 2 meters that you've got, you're going to do this. Recollapse your compass. How's the camera? Like that. Recollapse your compass. I'll actually adjust mine as well, I think. There we go. Okay, there we go. Recollapse your compass so that it is matching the little section that's left, like that, and you're going to find the area that the goat can get is this. Do you get me, my buddies? Because it wouldn't actually be able to get, what can I point with? I'll point with the pen. It wouldn't actually be able to get this part down here because it gets snagged on the corner. After it's snagged on the corner, you've used up 3 meters of the lead already, so there's only 2 meters left. So you finish out the circle till you hit the shed by collapsing down your compass to look like that. Now because there's symmetry in this question, it's nice and easy. We can do just the same on that side. So you should try to do that. Get a little bit ahead of me and you try to do that. Go. Okay, and then you're back and you just said to yourself, well, he gets stuck here like the last time. He's gonna get stuck after 3 meters, which means you collapse your compass down like this. Oh, I'm gonna get, my hand is probably in the way, so I will hold it weirdly like that. We'll collapse it down like that in the area that he can get then. Oh my gosh, look at me doing a compass with my left hand and then giving up and doing my right hand. The area that he can get is there as well. So the question is, if the goat, so the goat has a 5 meter long lead, the area of grass he can get is this whole area and slightly around the outside, but not a perfect circle. It kind of looks, I don't know, like the top of a muffin or something. Like it's not a perfect circle. Do you get me, my buddies? So that, my lovelies, is a loci question, and it just is a matter of thinking about if it was 5 meters long, you've used 3, that means there's 2 left, and you can redo it there. Now it can go a bit harder, so watch me use my magic of the videos. You ready? Badoosh! Back into the thing. Oh my gosh, he's good at this now. Here's the thing. You can get these guys harder. Like if I attached him in this instance to the right hand corner and still had 5 meters, well that's going to be wonky, because if he was attached here in this corner, let's get the electronic pen going again. If he was to go here and this corner and he had 5 meters, he's going to be able to loop, like, it's going to be cool. It's going to be something like this. He's going to be able to get all the way nearly on that side in a perfect circle, but then you're going to have to redo it there, and it'll like bump in like that. Can you see how it's kind of going to look something like that? So here's what I'm going to get you to do. I'm not going to talk anymore. I want you just to see if you can do it. I don't want to spoil it because it's really fun. I like these activities. And yeah, this is a really good activity. So here's what I'm going to get you to do. So you've just seen this one, which I think I did a good job on. So I think I measured it really accurately. And I always say, if you made me something like that, I'd be well delighted with it, because I think that's really accurate. I think I did a good job. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. And I want to see if you, my buddies, I'm going to see if I can get them all. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Look at question A through F, and I'm going to tell you to pause the video here, and then I'm going to leave it so you have enough time to pause it. I want you to do all of this, buddies. So to start with, on one picture, do it for the goat lead being 2 meters. That's the one we talked about first. Then 5 meters, if it's still attached in the middle, that's this one that I've done for you. Okay, so that's already the answer. That's what that one looks like. Then I want you to attach the lead to the top right corner and see what it looks like again. Then still top right corner, but this time I want you to make the lead 8 meters long, which makes it proper tough. Then 15 meters long on halfway down the right hand side. That's proper tough as nails. And then when you've got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things done, just draw me a picture of a goat and call it tethered goat, and try to just put a sentence or two explaining what you did and how the lead gets stuck, and how that changes what the picture looks like. You don't have to do too much with the sentences. I'm more interested that you can just draw the pictures. Cool beans, buddies? So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to let the video run for like 5 or 6 seconds so that you'll be able to pause the screen now. So pause the screen so you can see what you're going to do, and then you're going to do it, okay? Now you're going to just leave your video paused and you're going to work on it. So you ready? Pause. And then when you're all done, you'll take a photo of your beautiful picture for me. And I hope you've drawn me a hand-drawn goat, because that would make me laugh if I got to mark them and there's hand-drawn goats. And that'd be awesome. So that's what I want you to do, buddies. It shouldn't take too long, because I think this video is not as long as normal. And so I think it shouldn't take too long. There's some more pictures of ridiculous goats for you before I log off. And that's it, buddies. So I'm really looking forward to seeing your final construction picture, your tethered goats, my buddies. And that's it from me. So see you next time. Bye, buddies.